Hey everybody, thanks for joining Questionable Authority this morning. I was over here celebrating September 11th, remembering that our government has lied to us and now told us the truth about what happened on September 11th. So I'm out here to watch the law enforcement wing that has taken away our rights, hold them accountable today. I was over at the Sheriff's Training Center earlier on my way back. Nice, Miguel. I'm glad you like that. I'm going to be heading over there again pretty soon. Maybe this fall. I kind of missed the harvest season. Didn't have my summer planned out too great, but hopefully I'll be over there again pretty soon. I appreciate the support. You're right, Regina. It's time to start. I still want to remember all the people that died that day, but I think more importantly, rather than just focus on that like the media does, we need to start actually focusing on the truth. And whether you believe like I do that it was an inside job, or you just believe that maybe our government knew about it and didn't do anything about it, then that's a problem. Doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. Who you with?
Huh?
Who you with?
Myself.
Like a hobby or something or what?
Oh yeah, I always film police. I always film the police, yeah.
You always still what?
I always film the police just for your safety, his safety, everybody's safety. There's a lot of times police have misunderstandings about what people's intentions are, so I always make sure to record it so we can really get it. What? Oh, I didn't drive here. I walked.
Where?
I'm not going to answer any more questions.
Okay. All right, well, I got a camera, so.
That's great. So do I. What's up in Sweden? Thinks I drove here. Obviously, he doesn't like being on. They don't like it when you film them extorting money. They never like that. So we'll see. Maybe he lets this guy off. Hopefully he does. A lot of times it happens. You're right, Carlos. It's all about lies. So from now on 9/11, it's about remembering the people who died. And you know what? I watched a program yesterday that wasn't just about people who died. It was about the people who died, but it was about how our government officials lied so that first responders, construction workers would go in there and start taking away, mainly the construction workers would go in there and start taking away all the evidence. And they did. They took it out really fast. They didn't really save anybody. It was recycled immediately in China. So I guess my point is, even if you don't believe our government was behind it, man, we got another one up here. Two of them. Look at this. We got double extortion going on here, y'all. This is a pretty good one. Let's see what we got going on up here. That's right, America the Beautiful. September 11th, they're making sure there's not people driving around terrorizing us like they do, I guess. So yeah, Washington State Patrol. This guy must be local, not WSP. What's up, News Now, Minnesota? Tower 7 says it all. You're right, Dirty Dog. You guys really want to get into it, check out the CorbettReport.com. He's got a YouTube channel. He has very extensive videos in a lot of different aspects of 9/11. He actually breaks down several of the suspects who helped, not necessarily perpetrate, but afterwards helped perpetrate, like the cleanup and the cover-up. I'm going to get up a little bit here. See what we got over here. So I was over earlier today at the Spokane County Sheriff's Training Center. That's where I was on my way back from. The Corbett Report. It's CORBETT is his name, and then report. He does like I think like a weekly podcast. Zooming on this guy's license plate up here. Corbett, Corbett, report. No worries. Yeah, check what he does. He has some amazing documentaries. Actually, a lot of what I found out about Monsanto came from him. So, the Colorado. I'm zooming in with my other camera. I'm going to holler out the license plate here on this one. Even this isn't even an exempt plate on here. We got BGU 7712. Not even an exempt plate on that one. See over here, we got your WSP plate. So even if it's an unmarked WSP, I'm pretty sure they usually have WSP on the license plate. Sorry if y'all are commenting. I lost the chats for a second. All right, pork chop. So I was on my way home, like I said, September 11th. So to remember everybody that was killed on that day because of our government, I have come down, went to the Sheriff's Training Center where they have an FBI lead investigations seminar going on, and they also have a seminar for law enforcement who wants to go into like administrative, I guess higher up, chief, captain, stuff like that. So they've got two different classes going on this week down there. So I went to see if I could catch people speeding or showing up early, talking on their cell phones. And on my way back, I saw this state trooper pulled over. So I thought I'd walk over here and check him out. And right as I was walking up to where this guy was parked, he pulled this guy over. And then now, right as I was watching him, we got this guy here pulled him over. So we got a twofer. So I'm not sure what they got pulled over for, because they said they didn't have a scanner on or anything like that. All right, we'll do North Idaho. Nice to see you, buddy. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on, what they got pulled over for. Like I said, I just happened to be cruising by on my way home. Yeah, the first trooper did. He wanted to know who I was with. Asked where my car was parked. Yeah, I'm doing good, North Idaho. How about you, man? So yeah, I'm gonna be heading out maybe a little bit more today. I gotta go to work, but hopefully, what's up, Constitution Alley News? Thanks for joining, everybody. Hopefully I'll get out at least one more time today. Like I said, instead of remembering that all the people that died on September 11th, 2001, we need to start remembering that our government has lied to us. So now these traffic stops here, I did call this extortion on the top there. These are a little bit different because these are both commercial vehicles. So the laws of the road and what they have to follow are a little bit different because of that. Exactly. Oh, this guy got out. I didn't see where he's from. He just fucking opens his door and asks him, just opens his door. How's that work? He just come over here and open the door. So I'm going to be doing another video. I don't know if you guys remember back when we were News Now Northwest, we went out to Cheney, Washington, a little college town where Eastern Washington is. Well, on September 3rd, there was, trying to keep them both in the frame here. On September 3rd, there was an officer-involved shooting in Cheney. And one of the officers that was involved, and after reading the report, I'm guessing it was probably him that first pulled the trigger, was the one that we went and checked out. Was the one that we spoke with, sorry, was Officer Campbell, Zebulon Campbell, his name is. So his name was released along with two others. I think it was Brinkmeyer or Brockmeyer, who's the other one, a female, and Officer Horn, who's a volunteer reserve. The Eastern Washington police showed up at the scene and backed him up, but it was a guy with a knife at about midnight on September 3rd. I guess September 4th, it was after midnight. He was brandishing a knife. It sounds like, honestly, he wanted to commit suicide. I read a little bit of reports from the community on Facebook last night, and it sounds like maybe he talked to his girlfriend about committing suicide, and so he was brandishing a knife. It didn't sound like he was threatening anyone. It didn't sound like he was threatening anyone, but because a guy with the knife didn't follow the instructions of three armed thugs, they shot him. So I don't know if they have body cam footage out there in Cheney. I'm gonna check into that. If they do, I'm gonna do a public information request for that, so we can get that and see what happened. But I just looked at some responses on some of the message boards, some of the reporting, and people weren't too happy about that. Yep, you're right, Samantha Brownstone. You're right about that. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a story on that, just because that was the officer who made contact with us, was Officer Campbell. This guy's really concerned about me here. This guy up in the front. This guy's the state trooper. Let's see if he's moving on me for a second. He's the one that was asking me questions about who I was with. Okay. So I have a little early morning extortion going on here. Right? Well, that's all you got to do with the cops, is not follow their orders. It makes me glad that when I was out there, he didn't give me any orders that I didn't follow. I'd end up shot too, it sounds like. And literally the reports, everything I saw. Nice. Thanks for joining us, Pork Chop. I'm not sure who that guy was. So this one's gone sooner. This wasn't as big of a deal. Maybe he's got a warning, I hope, at least. All right. Glad to have people from all over the country joining us. Ooh, you didn't check behind you there, buddy. Criminy, man. Just pulls out in the road. You know, I'm a cop. I do what I want. He's going back off towards Idaho. Nah, James from Gary, Indiana. Someone went on down there. When was it? What's up, baby camera? Hey, Republic, thanks for jumping on. Just missed a twofer here. Just getting out something out of there. Must have something. You know, he was just having him check all his blinkers and all that. So maybe there's something there that's not quite right. Yeah, it looks like his mud flaps maybe not quite attached right. So he's got some zip ties. He's gonna help him out here. Hook up the zip ties to the mud flap. So here we go. If that's the case, it's an example of a cop doing a good deed. I don't want to say cops can't do good deeds, but it doesn't matter how many good deeds you do. If 364 days of the year you do good deeds, if on that one day, that one other day you decide not to, and let's say, for example, just because someone drove faster on the road than some other people that decide to make rules like that wanted to, he got pulled over one day. Let's say maybe he didn't have enough money to pay that fine when the fine came due, so now they have a warrant out for their arrest. Now somebody like him, for a victimless crime like speeding, someone like him will throw him in a cage on that one day. So it doesn't matter how many good deeds he does. It only takes one to put them all away. I would agree with you. Oh man, we got another one. Holy cow, we're running a sting or something here today, boys. Come up in the wrong area. So we got another twofer here. So Republic, this state trooper here was just asking about where I was parked and all that. Man, there we got another car coming in. Man, we are just loaded for bear here this morning. That's Liberty Lake Chaplain, I believe, right there. So I'm not sure who this guy is. Yeah, it looks like they're out. It must be Washington State Patrol as well. Just weird, like I said, usually they have, yeah, right? Trying to get some extra money for the coffers, I guess. They have some new equipment they need to buy. Republic, I might need you to bring the cops ahead sign, man. They seem to be set up over here. I think we're good for now. Zoom in on this one. Alright, so I zoomed in on this second guy here with the other camera. And he's a Washington State Patrol too. So we got unmarked Washington State Patrol car right here. And we have a marked one here. So I'm not sure how he thinks he gets to have an unmarked car. Must be part of some kind of special unit. Well, that's not a very nice thought, perilous man. Why would you hope someone else gets injured? That just seems like an evil thought. It never amazes me how many people that support cops are evil. I've never wished any ill will on anybody. You don't know anything about me, man. I just talked about this guy over here doing a good deed, helping him out with his mud flap right here. All right, you have fun with that. You have a good day. I hope your positive attitude gets you somewhere in life, perilous man. Yeah, they love the commercial tickets, Larry. You're right about that. Right, Gen X's? Range is right. Reality is of no importance to them. Sounds good, North Idaho. What's up, Topher? Right about that, California Citizens Watch. See, this guy snuck by. They're both in the process of writing tickets right now, so that guy snuck by. Putting something down in his gas tank. There we go. Finally, our other buddy's leaving here. I'm gonna go over here because I think this numbnuts think I probably parked over here. I told him I didn't. Let's see. There we go. Oh, he's coming back. Look at that, he waved. He's a nice guy. Go back to this guy for a sec here. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah. Well, Chris Dittrich, they're not supposed to. In Spokane County, where we are, the sheriff got enough crap about it that he came and asked special permission from the rulers of this county, you know, the ones that convince people that they need to have authority over them. And so they decided to go ahead and let them use unmarked patrol cars or unmarked vehicles for patrol cars, even though they're not supposed to. It's supposed to be only for undercover work, traffic control, which is not traffic enforcement. Washington State Patrol, though, isn't supposed to be. But of course, how they get around it is, like, this guy is probably on some task force. So because he's not just a patrol car, he's on a task force, he's allowed to break the law. Yeah, that was over. It was at the Sheriff's Training Center where I spoke to you about that. I've done a couple of different videos on it. I'm going to do another one on it, really breaking it down. Gavin Syme really did a good one breaking it down, really kind of explains it all. He actually pulled a guy over, but he did another one where he actually explained it. So, but if you look at Washington State Patrol, how their captains explain it, I'm guessing that's what this guy is. If I ask him, he'd probably tell me he's some part of a task force. So then there's the other one over there, still sitting there. Yeah, it's illegal. You're right, 100%. Like I said, that's how they. But then they go to the, they go to the news, and the news supports them. Yeah. The news supports them that, well, it's okay. I've read several quotes from law enforcement in Washington State, like the Washington State Patrol, different sheriffs around the state, and they all, well, of course, if someone's speeding down the road, if they see a patrol car that's marked, they'll see it and they'll slow down. But it's a lot harder to write tickets, and it doesn't hurt as much. This is literally the things they say. If we're in unmarked cars, we can write tickets because they don't see us. And then it hurts more, so they learn better. So it's not about, oh, there we go, the other car just took off there. So obviously to them, it's about extorting money from us and writing as many tickets as possible. What's up, Papa Meatball? How you doing over in Wenatchee? It's got a little guy claiming, the Washington State Patrol guy here, claiming I'm sure he'll claim he's part of a special task force if I ask him. Pretty soon. I got it. We're good. Not too far. Thanks for looking out, though. 10. If I have to, I can walk from here. So, yeah, they have a DUI task force. They have an aggressive driver task force. So this is what I want to know. One of the task force they can supposedly use these unmarked cars for, according to Washington State Patrol, is one of the things that the chief has said it's okay for is an aggressive truck driver task force. So it's for people specifically driving. I think it said they're driving like 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. They're following too close. So I think that one's an interesting one. So I would like to know if those unmarked vehicles are out there, are they only pulling over the people that are only being aggressive drivers? Or are they also pulling over drivers that are going, just 10 miles an hour or 5 miles an hour over the speed limit? My guess is they're pulling over everybody, not just the aggressive drivers. But it seems like it's an aggressive driver task force, and that's justification for not having their cars marked. Seems to me they shouldn't be able to drive these. Yeah, I'm not sure I've never seen that. That was interesting. Check his fuel tank for something. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Lee Bob. They were probably checking. I'm sure it's a diesel. So they were probably checking it for dyed diesel. See if I can ask this guy. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, when he was checking your tank, is that just for red diesel, for dyed diesel? All right, I was just curious. I've never seen that. Okay. See, I've seen it out by the farms, but not in town. It's like farm trucks, they dye it red. Like farm trucks, they dye their diesel red. So I've never seen them check here. Yeah. All right, man. Stay safe. Yeah, he said he's never been checked for that. Yeah, it's cheaper, Samantha. You don't have to pay. It's not made for being on roads, so you don't have as much taxes on it because it's for like farmers to be able to use in their fields and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, if you get caught with it in the tank, it's a big fine. There's not a whole lot of places to sell it. Usually you have to get it. What's up, SJVT? Usually you have to get the dyed diesel in like an area where you're selling stuff for farm equipment, or you have to have it delivered. Typically you can't just go get it out of a right repo. Typically you can't just go get it out of a gas station. There are a few of them around though that sell dyed, but they'll usually have a sign to protect themselves for liability. says, you know, not road legal, something like that. But I'm sure everybody just puts it in their car and says, piss on them. So yeah, I guess we walked in right on the good extortion here in North Idaho Exposed. That other guy, he left. He was parked over there. He left. I'm guessing he got tired of being put on film. He didn't really like it. This guy, he doesn't care. He'll take money from anyone. He doesn't care if he gets filmed or not. Right? Thanks, bro. So again, everybody, the reason I came out this morning to go to the Sheriff's Training Center and just hit this on my way back. It's September 11th, and I'm tired of just remembering, you know, the people that died in this country on that day. All the civilians, all the first responders, and then everybody that's getting sick from cancer now, all the construction workers that went in for cleanup, they're all getting sick right now. All these people that died, and we all said, okay, well, we all didn't, but the Patriot Act was passed, and our rights are being taken away. Our inherent rights are being taken away. So I'm out here today to say, you know what, I do remember all the people that died because our government lied to us and because our government didn't do what everybody thinks government is there for, which is protect us. We need to start remembering that when we remember these days. It's not about, you know, you can think whatever you want to about the country, but it's more about our government lies to us and takes away our rights. Exactly, Lee Bob. Government means mind control. So you're in Tennessee, you said, pork chop? Oh, let's hear it, Gen Xist. I love it, guys. All right, do they have rules on unmarked vehicles there in Tennessee, like they do here? Right? You know what's funny is if you read history, you watch some of these old videos, they don't even hide it from us, people. They say this stuff right to our faces. And the fact that we just don't question enough. Yeah, that was a pretty sweet camper. Exactly. Very slippery slope. Yeah, I did see that. I saw that the United States military said something about if chemicals are used, there's going to be problems. And then, of course, Russia and Iran rushed their navies over to the area and said, well, after the United States said that, watch out for a chemical attack. Interesting. Oh, King 9, sorry to hear about that, man. Hopefully everything goes well for you. You don't like to hear about people having to go to court. 10. Right about that. So looks like we finally got this stop done. This guy's going to be able to go on his day and finish his work. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it's in the works, North Idaho. See, this guy, he's not going to talk to me like the other trooper did. The other trooper, he didn't want to be filmed. This guy does, man. Let's see this time if he pulls out in front of someone like before last time. He just pulled right out. Just let someone go. Let's see, is he going to... Oh, moving on. Looks like the extortion for this area is done, at least for now. All right. Well, hey, y'all. I had to go to work. Thanks for joining me this morning. Like I said, remember everybody that lost their lives on this day 17 years ago, but don't remember them the way that mainstream media and the government wants us to. You remember them because our government, you remember that they died because our government let it happen. And let's never let that happen again, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day.